The world of motorsport results in great advancements in technology that then transfer into road cars, both in terms of safety and in terms of speed. And these two Renaults are a great example of when that speed technology is the most fun.
The Renault 5 GT Turbo was released in the early 80s to showcase the turbo technology that Renault was using in their 1,000 brake horsepower Formula 1 cars. Okay, the 5 GT didn't have anywhere near that amount of horsepower, but the turbocharged 1.4 engine produced around 115 brake horsepower.
Now that doesn't sound that much by today's hot hatch standards, but you've got to remember, the Renault 5 was made in a time before MCAP, and being made out of tin cans, it goes like stink.
This particular model looks absolutely mint because owner Paul Hedger has kept it in immaculate original condition.
See, thanks to an easily tunable turbo engine, they were big on the modding scene, which produced some awesome examples, which I'm all for. But Barry boys on a budget also just put Jap-style body kits on them and ruined them. In the 5, straight away, it feels proper old school. There's no power steering, there's no airbags in here, there's no traction control, no ABS. If you screw up, it's your problem and you've got to sort it out. Now, of course, the most fun thing with the GT Turbo is the turbo. You've got that proper lag, and then boom. And all the while, you're watching this turbo boost gauge. It's the most fun thing. Now, since the hot hatch heydays of the 80s and early 90s, modern hatches have got a bit fat with all their airbags and air conditioning and all the rest of it. They could really do with going on a diet, and that's exactly what Renault have done with this, the new R26.R.
It's not just some silly stickered special edition. This Megane has been to Weight Watchers and lost 123 kilograms. It achieves this weight loss in the same way that a race car would. The bonnet is now made from carbon fibre, and the rear windows are not made from glass but lightweight polycarbonate. There are no fog lamps, no rear wiper and no heated rear screen. Inside, the front seats are now carbon shelled, while the back seats, well, there aren't any. Instead, you can have a roll cage fitted.
In the Megane, they fitted a full-on racing harness, which, although as to the sense of occasion and all that, it can be a bit of a pain in the arse every time you get in the car having to set this thing up. Yeah.
Underneath the bonnet, the R26R shares the same 230 horsepower engine from the F1 R26. It gets from 0 to 62 in 6 seconds and has a top speed of 147 miles per hour.
Unlike the GT Turbo, you haven't got that turbo lag to wait on, it's just straight on, instant acceleration in the Megane. There's no sound deadening in here, so you can just hear everything. You feel so connected to the road. Now there is one classic part of French car ownership that's missing here. There's no stereo in here. Every time a new rattle starts in a French car, you're supposed to be able to turn up the stereo and it just goes away. In this, I suppose you just put your foot down. When you go into a corner, it just feels so solid and so planted. You're held in with these bucket seats, and the widened track means that it just stays where you want it to go.
Renault are making 450 R26R Meganes worldwide, and you would expect most of them to remain in France. But actually, they're only getting 126 of them. Here in the UK, we love our hot hatches so much that we're getting an allocation of 230. And will they, like the Renault 5, become a classic? Oh yes, the old generation of Megane is certainly going out with a bang.